Hello everyone, my name is Saket. I am an automobile designer. I love to create design content and help all the designers out there. Now, if you have been following this channel, we have started this series around studio test, portfolios, and interviews, which is the second phase of your entrance exams. I am getting very positive response, so thank you so much for that. Now, few students have already given their studio tests and interview. I hope these videos would have helped you in some way or other. Now this channel is all about design awareness. We also have design podcast, so consider checking all them out and consider subscribing. Having said that, last video we talked about what is portfolio. This video is very important because we'll be talking about how to make a portfolio. We'll address some of the common questions which you have asked in the previous videos, whether a portfolio is needed, what to eliminate, what to add in the portfolio, what is the ideal structure of a portfolio, how you can arrange the slides, and finally I'll be talking about how you can create a unique edge for yourself so that your portfolio won't look same as other portfolios. So this is very important and I recommend you guys to watch till the end. I speak little slowly, so if you find that, you can always switch to 1.5x speed to save your time, or listen to the audio of this video, whatever works for you, but watch till the end. Let's start. Now let's answer one of the common questions you guys ask me. Do we really need a portfolio? Now there are few colleges which will say that you need to bring your portfolio, and there are many colleges which will not say anything about portfolio. So students consider that portfolio is not needed and they just appear for the interview. Now here is my strong opinion about portfolios. I feel you need to carry a portfolio no matter what they ask for you. Now here are the reasons. First of all, design portfolio is something which every designer is supposed to have, and when you bring a portfolio along with you when you appear for the interview, it shows a lot of professionalism. Second important thing, when you have a portfolio and the compilation of work to show to the interviewers, they will have lot of things to talk about. They will also have some kind of a validation of the things you are talking about. Let's say if you are saying that you have been sketching automobiles from the childhood, just saying it verbally, they might not trust you completely. But if you show the raw sketches which you have been sketching till now, they will have more validation about it. Another important thing, when you show the work, you guys will have more topics to talk and discuss about. I have seen some interviews and then people just walk in without a portfolio, and interviewers and the person, both of them are confused about what to talk about. So if you have a portfolio and some sort of a work, then it will be very effective. It will act as an icebreaker. They will start talking about what kind of things you have done, what were the challenges in this project, all those things. Now many students ask me that whether to carry a digital portfolio or a physical portfolio. Now everything is getting digital, and definitely whenever you will appear for the interview, there will be a setup which will allow you to show your portfolio digitally online, or let's say on your email, etc. Showing portfolio online, there's always a small amount of risk. For example, you are not sure in what kind of a Wi-Fi network you will be showing your portfolio. Sometimes the college internet won't work, sometimes you will forget your password. There can be so many things which can go wrong, and that's why it's always recommended to carry at least one physical copy of your portfolio. It will act as a backup option. Also, there will be 3-4 design juries or interviewers, and when you are showing someone on the screen, then somebody might want to skip that part, take a look at the next part, and that's when the physical portfolio will allow them to do that. So I highly recommend you guys to carry at least one physical copy of a portfolio. Now if you don't have enough time to print a portfolio, you can always carry raw sketches kept in a folder along with you. I hope I have cleared this question. If you have any other questions, just point them out in the comment section so that I can answer them in the next videos. Now at the end of the day, it's competition. Students who are coming with the portfolio will always get an edge above students who are not having any portfolio. There won't be any hard and fast rule, but it creates an impact. And at the end of the day, because of the competition, every small thing is gonna add up to the final evaluation of you as a designer. And that's why, if possible, carry a design portfolio. Now let's come to the next important part, how to select your work for the portfolio. Now there might be so many different variety of projects which you have. You might get confused what to eliminate and what to keep. So in that case, let me take you to the brief understanding of what is portfolio. Now when you are showing a portfolio, you are nothing but selling yourself as a valid candidate for your design education. If a carpenter wants to get a job in the furniture industry, he will have to showcase his ability to do furniture, his expertise as a carpenter. I think you got my point, that if you are appearing for any particular discipline, you will have to showcase your expertise or your skill set in that domain. So to understand that, you need to be very clear about what are your aspirations. So for example, if somebody is applying for automobile design, you need to show your inclination toward automobiles through sketches, through any kind of automobile projects, and you have to keep them at the top priority. You can always put other related works at the second priority, but your first few projects should talk very loudly about your aspiration. It should be giving a very clear message to the interviewers that this is what you want to do. And based on that, I think it will get very easy for you to decide what to keep, what to eliminate, and how to create a priority of your works. Now, another bonus tip here, you should be very brutally honest with yourself. If you know inside that this is not a good amount of work or the quality of work is not so good, be honest with yourself and eliminate it. Don't try to create a negative impression with any sort of work which you're going to put. Another important thing, don't put any other artist's work in the portfolio. Now, in the moment of panic or in the moment of approaching the deadline, many students feel that you can just copy some other sketches or take other sketches, compile them digitally, and put it in the portfolio. Now, the interviewers, they are an expert in this industry. They will be checking all the sketches every now and then, and that's why if you are putting any existing sketches in the portfolio, they will catch you immediately. So don't try to do that. That will create a very bad impact. Now let's come to the most important part of this video, which is how to make a portfolio. Now there is no strict rule to make a portfolio, but I feel these are the things which should be there to make it effective. Now let me take you through all these points one by one. So the first point is cover page. Now when you go to a bookstore, the front page or the cover page of the book is the first level of communication which attracts the audience. It creates an impact. It makes you curious to go and check that book out. That is precisely what a cover page of the portfolio does. And that's why you have to make a portfolio cover which is not so complicated or very detailed, but something very exciting, something which can give a glimpse of what a person is gonna see inside the portfolio. For example, if you are gonna make a portfolio for automobile, you can have one of your sketches or renders blurred out at the background with a nice title of saying design portfolio with your name. These kind of things will make the person excited about your portfolio so that he will take a look. Now the second important thing which I see most of the students miss out is the intro page. Now we go with this intent that the interviewers have already gone through your profile and they know little bit about you. But it's not true. They are seeing so many students on a regular basis. It is very difficult for them to get the understanding of what you are exactly. So if you have an intro page which talks about your personality or your inclinations or your hobbies, everything, that is gonna make them aware, and that is gonna make them little bit aware about what you are and whom they are gonna deal with. Also, as I said before, your portfolio is going to be the talking point for the interviewers. So if your intro has very interesting elements about you, it will give them more insights about you and they'll ask about those things, and it is going to become like an icebreaker for your entire interview. So in the intro page, you can talk about the kind of education you have gone through, the kind of courses you have gone through, the kind of achievements and the awards you have uh, received till now. You can talk about what are your hobbies. Also, it can have a very nice interactive or expressive sort of an image of you, which is not like a mug shot or a portrait shot, but it will be something which will talk about you and your personality. For example, again, if I am a motorcycle enthusiast and I want to apply for automobile design, I would like to put my picture with my bike gone on an exploration or something like that, and that will give them a very immediate insight about you. that you are this person who is interested in automobiles, who loves going on motorcycle rides, who likes these kind of outdoor activities, and it is gonna create a visual impact about you. Also, when the interviewers will discuss about you and your profile, these kind of visual impacts will help them recall you and your personality. So I would say intro page has to be a very nicely done, impactful page which can talk about you and your personality. Now the third important thing is content page. Now what happens, you have so much of work, let's say there are 30 pages in your portfolio, and you have put the most exciting project according to you at the top priority in the first page. Now it's not necessary that the interviewer also find that project to be the most exciting one. Maybe for them the last project in your portfolio will be very exciting, and that's why a content page will convey what and all content or what and all projects you have inside the portfolio, and that will make them excited throughout the portfolio. For example, the last project is very exciting for them, so no matter what the previous projects are, they will skip through it so that they can reach to that point. Whereas if you don't have a content page, first few projects only, if they are not exciting enough for them, they will just decide to drop out and close the portfolio and keep it. This might also happen, and that's why a nice content page which will talk about what are the projects, you can mention the titles of them, you can put a very small image in front of that title, and you will have a nice content page which can excite them. Now after the content page, you can start with your projects. Now as I discussed earlier, the projects which are close to your aspiration and in line with the kind of things you are trying to express or you are trying to apply for, those projects should be at the top. For example, again taking an example from my own journey, I was applying for automobile design, and that's why I kept all the projects related to automobiles. For example, I had a helmet design project, I had a car design project where I had made a clay model of it. So all those things came in the front. Then there were other things where I had achieved some kind of a recognition for my sculpting. I had made some art exhibits. So those kind of things I kept it in the end portion where I described that category as a miscellaneous category, and that part was at the end. I think you got the idea. When you compile projects, your individual slide is very important. Now I have made a detailed post on my Instagram where I have discussed what should be the aspect ratio of your portfolio, what should be the slide orientation, how you should organize your individual slide, and so many things. I feel that Instagram post is self-explanatory. If you want me to make a separate video on that particular topic, let me know in the comment section so that I can make the next video about it. Now the final part of your portfolio should be a thank you page. Now most of the students, they miss this part, but remember, your last page is gonna leave a very strong impact about you on the interviewer's mind. For example, if your thank you page can have a very nice illustration, or let's say a collage of the things which you have showcased in the portfolio, that thing can make a very strong mark, a recall value on your interviewer's mind, and that is pretty important. You should appreciate that they have given so much time for your portfolio, so you can express your gratitude saying thank you for your time, etc., etc., and that could be a wonderful page to conclude your portfolio. Now let's come to the final part of this video where we'll talk about how you can make a unique portfolio for yourself. Now obviously everybody will know the standard format of portfolio, the content which should be there in the portfolio. So how can you make a unique impact for yourself? So that impact can be made only through your work. So whatever is your work, whatever are your unique abilities or skills, you should try to put them throughout the portfolio. You can color code your portfolio according to your liking of the color scheme. There can be a very nice theme for the portfolio. Let's say if you are applying for a fashion industry, then you can have a very nice trending sort of a color scheme for the entire portfolio. You can have small icons which can be derived from the fashion industry, and you can use it on every page. All those things can create a very nice seamless theme for your portfolio. Second thing through which you can create a unique impact is again by combining your various skills. For example, now when people apply for, let's say, automobile industry, Everybody will have automobile sketches. But when I applied for my design interview, that time I thought about this thing and I went through my own skill sets and I realized that I'm good at sculpting. I am applying for automobile design. Why don't I combine these two things to create something? So I took the final sketch of that project and made a clay model out of it. Now that clay model was not very professional, but it showed some sort of a inclination or some sort of a unique effort which I took. Now my portfolio immediately stood out. So try to think about how you can combine various skills so that you can create your own impact for the portfolio. For example, some people might be good in crochet, some people might be good in origami. You can combine those things with your inclination, your aspiration, and then one of your project final sketches, you can use that sketch to make something out of it by using these skills, and then that will become a very unique sort of a effort or unique thing in your portfolio, and that also will create a very strong recall value for the interviewers. I think I made that point very clear. Having said that, I hope you guys make an excellent portfolio. The next video will talk about the do's and don'ts of the interviews. So that is going to be another important video. So stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, subscribe to the channel. If you have liked this video till now, consider liking it and sharing it with your friends. Consider hitting that bell icon. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.